What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another one today. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're catching this video. It's 9. Um, Up in nature with it, y'all, today. And I'm out at a place I ain't been before. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. But yeah, on this trail, just enjoying it. I feel like everywhere you go, there you are. I feel like the earth is my home, so it's like the more I kind of travel and see different places, the more I see similarities rather than differences in culture and beings. But anyway, today I'm making this video because I want to talk about the difference between effort and alignment. All right, so first and foremost, I think they're both important. I think they're both powerful. Effort, of course, is when you use your willpower, your mind, stuff like discipline, to force yourself, to assert yourself, to make something happen, right? Whereas alignment is where you cultivate yourself in such a way that you attract things to you rather than forcing something to happen. Like I said before, I think they both are powerful. I do have my bias of what I think is better. It's the better way, but I think that ultimately depends on you as a being. But I just want to go into them a little bit today. So, effort, of course, like I said, is discipline. It's making yourself do stuff that you don't want to do. It's forcing yourself to do something or make something happen. The power in that is, you can oftentimes literally make something happen. You can be a big influence of something happening in your life, like a big reason, a big cause, you know what I mean? You can achieve things. You can kind of feed your ego. You can kind of empower your mind. You can, stuff like that, And like I said, I think it's benefits to that. Some of the pros, some of the things that the negatives or the caveats to that is oftentimes, which I think ultimately is a good thing, you will be successful in shit that you shouldn't even been successful in. If you know, you know. Meaning, you realize you can do anything. But of the shit that you do, the stuff that you become successful in, sometimes once you reach that success, you realize, damn, I don't like this. This is not what I wanted. Or I done got myself in something that wasn't even suitable to me. And the reason why is because in the effort energy, I feel like it's just brute power. It's just power. It's you learning the power. And like I say, I think it's a beneficial journey, especially if you have the tendency to, if you find your truth in what you can do physically, but for me, I think it's a lot slower than the alignment path. And that's kind of ironic because effort at the short end, at the front end, the efforting path seems a lot more rewarding fast. The alignment path at the beginning seems a whole lot slower. At the beginning, it seems shorter on the alignment path because at the beginning of the alignment path, you have to self-reflect. You have to see where you are, and you have to see who the person you're behaving as, because in alignment, you have a resonance with the understanding that we create our reality by the things we embody, the things that we believe are habits. And so you make an attempt to change those things, which can take some time at the front end. So, you're working with your life's energies in that way. Effort is, you controlling things, like you taking a stand on how things been and you attacking it. on the front end of that one, you're making stuff happen. So your actions is being the cause of making things happen. And I think you can end up getting in a room. I feel like if two people end up getting in a room that takes a certain level of skill and mastery to get there, those two hemispheres can meet at that room at the same time. The effort guy can meet there, the alignment guy can meet there. However, I feel like in those rooms they're gonna operate differently. I feel like the effort guy is going to need a lot of different resources, and it's going to be more of a effort to be in that room. And oftentimes that come with a sense of restlessness, because I feel like even once you get to the peak of efforting, and an example of that to me would be if I'm a fighter and I become the champion, and I became the champion off of my sheer, like, I'm hungry, I'm a dog, you know what I'm saying? Once you get to that point of conquest, it's like it's empty, you know, because it's like you either gonna keep on being on the perpetual loop of I have to find a way to feed this beast that I've created, that I've utilized in order to get here, you know. And if you're okay with that path, you know, it's fine. Some people have gone through that path. Some champions have gotten the championship and found that they depressed because they felt like the championship was going to give them something. Some people are more of a, you know, want something stable. People who are moving more towards stable energy, then they know that, and I would consider myself one. You know that it's less about what you can achieve, what you can apply yourself to and achieve, and about what's the greatest person you can be that will also feed these things around you, but will keep you in a place of feeling and operating in a space that you want to ultimately be in and feel like on your day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? And I think alignment makes that fast. Alignment is where a person will be just working day in, day out. They might be working behind the scenes, like on a craft or something, and they don't even know how it's gonna, you know, turn out and materialize. And maybe the people around them don't know nothing about what they got going on, but they constantly working. They're constantly working on being that person. Every day they're setting a, you know, a precedence for themselves. They tapped in with themselves. They're trying to do the work to align. The thing about that is it gets easier. You know, it gets easier. Yes, it hurts at first, you know what I'm saying? And it can be slow at first. But once it's done, everything starts to rush to it in a way where it's stable. It's like it's not going to break because it comes out of alignment. It comes out of you being a person. So it makes it makes a goal point. It takes it from being conditional, depending on if I do the work, to inevitable. Like, oh, this is a part of what I do. I can't help but to get here at this point if I just keep being me, because who you're being is going to definitely affect what you do. You know, what you do on a daily, like what your habits are, the type of choices you make, you know. So, but don't get me wrong, like if you feeling stuck, effort is like that powerful force. If you feel like you need to do something fast, I need to get this over with, I need to really make a change, I need to abruptly change something, or be a storm or a fire, you know what I'm saying, that fire element, then effort is the way, you know what I'm saying. They both are beneficial, you know. And in different parts of my path, I've leaned on different aspects. But like I say, I think effort can get you so far. But at a point, once you evolve, and I really do feel like it's evolving from effort, because when you evolve from effort, it's not that the effort stops. The effort becomes more aligned and integrated with effortlessness, or your being. It starts to become a productive or efficient thing. So though you start doing stuff and you're doing stuff continually, it's more quiet because it's almost like you've embedded it into your presence, and it becomes just how you function rather than something that you forcing yourself to do. And that all is a part of alignment, and that's what I think makes your goals and achievements kind of just naturally come without you having to focus so much on the goal, on your goal list, or you know what I'm saying, like, did you do this today? And which for a person like me can get overwhelming. It can get very overwhelming. And at the same time, I exercise that energy too, that ability to be able to utilize it when I want. Like, I want to be able to have discipline in a holster, you feel me? Like, I can take it out soon whenever I need it, like bam, and I can lock in. But I also want to be able to put it up. I don't want to be in a place where I have to be always locked in and disciplined, because I think at that point you're not smelling the roses. It's almost like you get cut off from that space of life that's unknown and spontaneous and just free. And I also feel like, for me, that's the place that God reaches. That's the place where surprising, beautiful moments grace you that you couldn't have even, what I'm saying, imagine. Sometimes that's how the universe speaks to you, in ways that you can't. It's in rooms and in ways and from people and places that you couldn't have imagined, that you couldn't have chose for yourself. So that's the message today. I hope that's understandable.